It's harvest time for many farmers around the Delta. A lot of rain recently is slowing things down a bit. Delta News reporter and meteorologist Ashley Renee shows us the impact on Delta farmers and why farmers say it's important to harvest as quickly as they can now that fields have dried up some.
Rainy weather caused the week of August 21st to be a trying week for some farmers in the Mississippi Delta. Constant rain and mostly cloudy skies persisted for a few days in a row. While rainfall is good for the crops, it's not always good for farmers because then they're halted from getting in the fields.
But here at our office, we received somewhere between 7 and 8 inches of rain between last Sunday and Thursday.
That rainfall occurred during the week of August 21st. The week of August 29th began with drier and sunnier conditions, something that was needed to help farmers get back into the fields.
As things begin to dry up and we have some pretty weather, we'll see farmers jump back in and try to wrap up the remaining corn acres and try to get into some of these fields where the soybeans are already desiccated and ready for harvest.
Seed quality also becomes an issue if wet crops have to remain in the field longer before they can be harvested.
So the seed quality part of this is the damage is going to cost these producers. At the end, it's going to cost them money. And the more damage in their crop per load, they'll base each load on its own. So if you take some up there that's 2%, they'll get hit relatively light. But if we get to the 5, 10, 15% damage, if 15% of the load is damaged, then it starts to become problematic.
Excess moisture in the crops and little sunshine to help dry them out caused the quality of some of the soybeans to deteriorate. Preston says he and other farmers usually need a 5-day window of good weather for producers to get in the fields and harvest the corn and soybeans.
And soybean harvest is generally a lot longer than that just because there's a lot longer window of the planting dates are spread out much further. But typically we'll start harvesting beans in August, and to this point we've harvested very little in the way of soybeans. But generally sometime in August, kind of on into and through October, our latest planted beans won't be harvested until mid to late October. So hoping for some typical fall type weather, from here on out to kind of get things back on track, I guess you could say.
Reporting from Humphreys County, this is Ashley Renee for the Delta News.